Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will show you my brand new guitar that I've just ordered from Thomann in Germany. After having a dramatic turn of events with my old Les Paul, a jack&danny full mahogany made back in 2006 or 2007, something like that. I pretty much loved that guitar, and it had many upgrades already in the hardware and pickups, everything. So it's unfortunately gone, so I had to buy a new one. But I've decided to transfer all the upgrades that I've done already on the jack&danny to this new one, this Harley Benton. It's kind of a SC-1000 replica, but I've watched many videos of you guys around the YouTube testing and playing on this guitar, and I'm really confident that this will be a good choice for the budget. So let's see what happens, and I will show you the process straight out of the box. I didn't even touch the guitar before. I never played it in stock mode, so I decided to just take out of the box and start upgrading it before even trying. So I started removing the back cover to access the electronics in order to do all the connections and soldering to replace the pickups on this one, as it brings active pickups already. I had no many issues replacing it. It was pretty simple actually, so I had to remove the knobs and unscrew the bolts to make it easier to do the soldering part. So in order to remove the standard pickups, I had my soldering iron already preheated and just detached the wiring to remove the pickups and start installing the EMGs, my old school EMGs that I have for more than 15 years or so. Then remove all the screws off the frames of the pickup and just get rid of it. Luckily nowadays I have this little battery-powered screwdriver. It's a little tool, but it helps a lot while removing those long screws that manually could take much more time doing it. So now it's time to put hands on the old one and remove the real thing, those spectaculars, EMGs, old school, manufactured back in 1996. As you can see, the old jack&danny is completely destroyed. Big, massive hole destruction on the body, and also the main thing on a guitar, which is the arm near to the headstock, completely damaged. So there's no point repairing it or paying to fix it because it's not worth the money. Also got those Planet Waves auto trim machine heads. Paid some €100 back then. They are very effective and easy to install new strings and stuff. Like it, replacing a new string set, you just spin it, it cuts, and it holds very well. Removing those EMGs was quite easy actually. They did those quick swap connectors back then, 1996. So in order to remove the wiring, did the same, just opened the back cover and started unsoldering it to get the connectors and the wiring for the new one. Also had the Jim Dunlop strap locks on the old one, so that's another thing I transferred to the new Harley Benton. Back to the Benton. It's time to remove those crappy machine heads it brings, and also the strap holders. Pretty much the main hardware on, for me, the most important part on these cheap electric guitars is the quality of the hardware. Even though I know there are some options of bridges and those tune-o-matic hardware from Goto or Wilkinson or many brands that manufacture it, but I don't think for myself it's worth to spend money on that, so I will keep the standard crappy Chinese ones for now. For the machine heads, as you can see, the holes on the headstock do not match with standard Les Paul machine heads to standard, so I had to do new holes in order to complete the installation. It is very important to keep a glass of wine around while doing it, because it's a kind of maintenance that requires lots of patience. And now that part for those satisfying videos. Start to install the frames on the pickup, transferring the new plastic frames which came with the guitar to those EMGs. I would like to keep those golden bolts, but they have different sizes, different diameters and threads, so had to use the original EMGs bolts to hold it. So let's start the most complicated part, which is soldering and wiring the electronics in this case. I don't know if you noticed, but I like those EMGs installed on the opposite position. In this case, the 81 is going to be installed on the neck and the 85 on the bridge, because on my opinion I have tested both of them in both positions, and I like the taste of the Alnico 5 magnet, which is the 85 on the bridge. It delivers a bit more organic taste, a bit more organic kind of sound out of the bridge position, which is the one I use the most because of my kind of music taste and the things I play. 80% on the bridge, so I prefer the 85 on there, and it sounds really good. Before installing the strings, after putting on new pickups, I used to do this little test. I use like any piece of metal touching the pickups to make sure if the knobs, volume and tone are working fine, and also the selector. Time to install the new string set. I like this 10 to 52, but I removed the original one from the guitar. It brought the 10 to 46, which is for my kind of playing or tuning, drop D, not that thick or not that, adapt to my kind of playing. So I used to go a bit thicker on the bottom strings. That's why I decided to not keep the original ones. Final tuning and cutting the excess with these amazing Planet Waves machine heads, and that is pretty much it. The guitar is just ready to play. Let's see if this dog barks.
Okay guys, now since the guitar is ready, we're gonna try now to check out some tunes and play some stuff, some different kind of things to check if the pickups are okay and the new strings and everything. Let's just check if it's working fine. I'm so tired, but finally it's ready to go. At least it looked like. So let's see if it's playing well, if the action and the strings are everything, the pickups and selector and volume button, everything I did some quick tests minutes ago, and it looked fine. It sounds at least fine. And well, I got some amplitude straight out. Just click, open the software, and it's the first amp that pops up. It's a kind of a Marshall simulation, so very, very crunchy and old school shit. Let's see. So this is the bridge. Okay. Sounds okay at first. So let's put on the middle position. You know, the neck. So as you saw during the installation, I put the 85 on the bridge, 81 on the neck. That's the way I like to install these EMG active pickups. These are very old school, as described during the video. So manufactured around 95, 96, something like that. Very old school ones. And I'm not sure if they even exist on this quality nowadays, but it was a nice upgrade. So let's try the neck. 81 on the neck. Yeah, should sound good. At least I used to put the position of the pickup on the neck very, very, very lower than standard, and the bridge ones higher or normal, because I like to have more sustain while using the bridge. So this was the crunch test. Well, just old school. No pedals, anything, just opening amplitude 5 straight out of the icon, and that's the sound. So let's try some mezza boogie kind of tone to see what happens. Yeah, this setup is more for me, or my taste of music, my taste of playing is more metal wise tone, or like something more or closer to the Lamb of God tone or something like that, like very rusty and raw kind of tone. So that's the kind of that's the kind of guitar sound I like. So let's see if we can play some Lamb of God riffs on this stuff. Looks fine. At least it's like I said, with the first 2 or 3 minutes I'm playing on this. Very cheap guitar, but for my kind of playing, and it's like more a bedroom guitar player, you name it. Yeah, it's fine. It's tragic that I lost my old one. It was a nice guitar. It's very difficult to find nowadays. Those manufactured on 2006, 2007, jack&danny. So this is what you got nowadays for the similar kind of budget. I've paid nearly 300 euros on that one. course, did many upgrades and a lot of money on strings and tuning and all this stuff. But the guitar itself costs around 300 euros. This one is a bit cheaper, but yeah, many years later, that's what you get from Germany. Even though it's not manufactured there, but yeah, they are the main resellers for the whole Europe. Yeah, I like this one. It's a cool guitar. It's just a regular Les Paul, and nothing to complain with this budget. Let's try some pinch harmonic, see how it barks. Harley. Okay, this is fun. I like. Yeah, seems to work fine. Gonna be doing a few other tests during the week also. Let's see. Got this next week of holidays, so I have a lot of time available to, put this to some really challenging tests and see what happens. Thanks guys for watching. See you next time.